Hi, gang. It's Patrick.
And Adam.
Coming up on today's show, we'll be discussing how to deal with Disney naysayers. We'll taste test the Mickey's 90th birthday Oreos, chat about Disney news and rumors, and we'll take a walk down Main Street, USA in Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom. As always, we'll close out the show with some quick D. All that and more on today's episode of Gays Do the D.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Hey, howdy, hey, Adam.
Hey, Patrick.
How's it going?
That's going great.
I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. You've been in Orlando.
I have. I went down for Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios Orlando.
How was it? Tell us all about it.
I haven't recovered.
Yeah.
It is incredibly terrifying.
Oh, good.
My boyfriend Matthew and I flew down last Friday, and we stayed at the Lowe's Royal Pacific Resort.
Sounds fancy.
It was our first time staying at Universal at one of the resorts.
Oh, that's cool. It's pretty much connected to the entire land of Universal, right?
Very walkable. We walked from our hotel to the parks in about 10 minutes.
Wow, that's really awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
Cool.
And so we flew down Friday, and we just spent the day going on rides. I rode Fast and Furious Supercharged, so you don't have to.
Okay, fair enough. I haven't heard great things, but that's fine.
It is not a great ride. Maybe if you're a huge fan of the franchise.
Okay.
But I've never seen a Fast and Furious movie. And I was disappointed, even by the CGI Luke Evans. And Luke Evans is so hot, you know. But,
yeah, fair enough.
Everybody was just very CGI in that ride.
So it was less fast and less furious than you wanted it to be.
I was furious.
Okay, fair enough.
It wasn't fast enough, and I was furious.
Got it. But the Halloween Horror Nights itself, that was great?
It was great. So we did the RIP tour.
Okay, like the VIP tour, only RIP.
See what they did there?
What?
And it's a 4-hour walking tour.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like
and
Gilligan's Island. With
that
ghosts.
That was a 3-hour tour on a boat.
My bad.
But you have a guide, and you got to hit all 10 houses within that 4-hour period.
Wow.
And see the Academy of Villains show, which is the dance troupe that performs there.
Cool.
And you have a little reception with drinks and food.
Wow.
And I cannot recommend it enough because a couple years ago, I went down and did Halloween Horror Nights without the RIP tour. And we were only able to hit 3 houses of the 9 that year because it's just an incredibly popular event and so well attended.
Sure. Did you have a favorite house?
I absolutely did.
Which one?
Poltergeist.
Ooh.
Blew my mind.
Yeah.
And wet my pants.
Yeah, fair.
It was very scary. And those characters, as they're called.
Clever.
They had me pegged right out of the gate.
They spotted you?
They were gunning for me.
Yeah.
And I heard that they identify individuals who scare easily when you're at the front of the house.
Wow.
And they somehow communicate like who's coming and who's going to be an easy scare.
Yeah.
And I was that guy.
So they just followed you with a mop as well?
They should have.
Okay.
I had no voice when I woke up on Sunday morning from just screaming all night long.
Oh, well, I'm jealous. I've always wanted to go, so I'm jealous that you got to go and excited that you got to go.
We're going to have to go together next year.
We can hold hands all the way through.
Absolutely.
Yay. Well, Adam, now that you're back, I have to tell you, I have some bad news for you.
What's that?
We've got a few sorry about it.
What?
Yeah, we made some boo-boos last time.
I think the last show was perfect. What are you talking about?
Well, the show itself was fantastic, but we again made a couple of erroneous claims, and we have to correct it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll kick us off with a sorry about it.
Sure.
We said last time that the Move It, Shake It, Dance, and Play It parade, once it goes away, that the Festival of Fantasy parade will be the only parade on Disney World property. However, they will still have the electrical water pageant located on the lagoon between Magic Kingdom, right? The one with like the dragons in it and the American flag floating and the fun music. So that is technically a parade on the water.
It's called a pageant.
It is a pageant, but it is a parade because it moves and has music and floats.
All right.
Literally floats as well.
Oh, it does.
Look what I did there.
It does. That was a sorry about it.
Sorry about it.
All right, I got another one.
Uh-oh.
I said that Retta Scott was the first female animator to receive screen credit. Did not finish that thought.
Uh-oh.
I should have said Retta Scott was the first female animator to receive screen credit for Disney.
Because,
Patrick, here's a little history lesson.
Tell me.
Lillian Friedman was the first female studio animator with a screen credit, and she worked for Fleischer Studios, which produced the Betty Boop and early Superman cartoons.
Oh, wow. Very classic.
Yeah, we learned something.
That's right.
From our folly, a lesson.
Sorry about it, everybody.
Sorry about it.
So, Adam, I have one that's not quite a sorry about it, but more of an update from our last episode, which we talked about the Broadway Princess Party.
The fabulous Broadway Princess Party.
So, again, this is not a sorry about it, but an update. And watch your feet, because I'm about to drop some names, Adam. I had the privilege of speaking with Broadway Princess Laura Osnes.
The Laura Osnes?
The Laura Osnes.
Wow.
And she let me know that the online shop is now available on BroadwayPrincessParty.com. So that means you can get shirts and hoodies and totes, autographed posters and
gowns,
CDs.
crowns.
I don't know about a gown, but crown. There are tiaras
are there
available.
really?
Yeah, absolutely.
I need one.
I know. I can just see you wearing one. You could maybe wear one at Halloween Horror Nights and feel a little bit more brave.
Sure, I'll be the scariest of all.
Aw. And apparently they just booked a 10-day holiday tour for December, so there was a gap in between the October and the January dates.
Sure.
They have not been released yet, and so you have to keep checking back on BroadwayPrincessParty.com to find out when those holiday tour dates are available.
You know what? I can think of no better gift to give anyone who loves Disney, who loves musicals, who loves fabulous women,
That's
who
right.
loves fabulous accompanists /
Yes.
musical directors.
That's true.
Who loves a handsome prince who comes out on stage.
That's right.
Give them the gift of Broadway Princess Party.
It's a magical experience.
You know how I want to celebrate this news?
Tell me,
I want to celebrate this news with an Oreo.
what kind of Oreo, Adam?
A limited edition birthday cake flavored Oreo celebrating Mickey Mouse's 90th birthday.
I have to tell you, I'm incredibly excited about this because Mickey Mouse's birthday is coming up, right?
Right.
I love Oreos, and I love cake so much. I'm in heaven right now. It's a crossroads of all the things I love in my mouth.
That's a little naughty.
That's okay. Shh, 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 shh.
As most of you probably know, the official celebration for Mickey's 90th is November 18th. And that's when Steamboat Willie came out in 1928.
I love that cartoon so much.
Now, these Oreos, they have 3 different Mickey Mouse designs on the wafers.
That's right.
And I need to put one in my mouth immediately.
How about we both pop some Mickey in our mouths?
Let's... You're on fire tonight.
Thank you.
All right, let's give this a shot.
Right into the mic,
Right
right?
into the mic. We're
Okay.
gonna eat right into the mic.
Mmm.
Okay, I'm getting hints
Yeah.
of Oreo.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm getting? All the frosting in the world. Like that
Oh, yeah.
delicious, generic vanilla cake frosting.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I love that. That kind of like
love that.
not even buttercream. It's like the grocery store like sugar on your teeth frosting.
Yep. I'm not fancy. I'm not bougie when it comes to my cake frostings.
Right.
And this is perfect.
This is really good. You know, first I definitely got the wafer. But
Yeah.
man, that frosting finishes
Mm-hmm.
in your mouth.
It certainly does. It keeps going and going
Yeah.
all the way down.
That's a tasty cookie.
I'm a fan. I recommend it highly.
Well done, Oreo.
And happy birthday, Mickey.
Happy birthday, Mickey. Hey, Patrick,
What's up?
a thought occurred to me.
Lay it on me.
A discussion topic.
Uh-oh.
You know, we have those people in our lives who just don't quite get Disney.
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand our obsession with it.
I sure do.
Some might call them naysayers,
Oh, yeah, you're right.
and those some are me.
And me.
How do you handle Disney naysayers?
You know, I say, what happened? Why so sad? I've been thinking about this, actually, and when it comes to my love for Disney, I liken it to someone who's an extreme football fan. Go with me on this journey.
I am 100% on this journey with you.
Okay, if you're a football fan, right, you have your favorite teams or team, you have your favorite player, you buy tickets to the games, you watch the games every week, and then you watch the highlights of the game that you just watched every week, you watch the Super Bowl, you have your paraphernalia. How is that different than me loving Disney and talking about Disney and doing a Disney podcast now with you and buying Disney paraphernalia? I just don't understand the difference between the two.
And you know what I love about that analogy?
Yeah.
Is that people can throw Disney So commercial in your face, and then right back to their faces,
Yeah.
you can say, hey, you're watching the NFL.
That's right.
so much commercialization behind that.
That's true. And you're on a fantasy football league, which is not real.
Where's our fantasy Disney league?
I think that we need to start one now.
Maybe there is one.
That's right.
Let's hunt it down.
Also, Disney spreads positivity. Right?
It does.
It spreads good messages. It spreads empowering women more than ever now. It's trying to be very inclusive to everybody, and I don't understand when people sort of naysay on that. It's a little disheartening to me.
Don't yuck our yum. You know what I'm saying?
Is that a T-shirt?
That should be a T-shirt if it's not one already.
I like it.
I think people who diss Disney just don't fully understand the kind of people that it attracts.
Okay.
I mean, sure, there are times when we go to the parks and you see the overwrought parents struggling with their kids.
Yeah.
You see people who maybe should be a little more graceful with how they're handling their Disney experience.
Fair enough.
But you also see people having a fantastic time and really enjoying their lives.
Right, and let's not pretend that, again, if you're going back to the football analogy, you see people having amazing times at football games, right? And then
Sure.
you see a lot of people being very belligerent at football games.
That's very true.
And there's not a lot of negativity towards superfans of sports. And there tends to be a stigma attached to people who love things that are Disney-related.
We've talked before about how there's an association with things being childish or you seeming childish because you like Disney things. And you've brought up the great point that Disney makes you feel more childlike, not necessarily childish.
Yeah, I think there's a very big difference between the two, childish and childlike. Childish, it makes you seem a little more immature or you're regressing, but childlike just is you're in a fantasy land and you're being positive and you're free to shed all of the responsibilities of adulthood for a brief moment. Clearly, they're not going away forever. You're just letting yourself relax for a minute.
I always wish I could take someone who is a Disney naysayer with me to the parks and show them my experience and how I do the parks or how I do the resorts.
I like that idea.
Because I think a lot of people assume that a day at a Disney park is a struggle and that you're constantly fighting crowds. And while that can be the case sometimes,
Sure.
there are plenty of ways for you to have your own Disney experience. It doesn't always need to be about rushing from ride to ride. I've had wonderful times just hanging out by the pool at the resort.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Just relaxing.
Yes, and that can be a huge part of a Disney vacation is having that time to relax.
And part of Walt Disney's mission was to create an experience through movies, music, the theme parks, etc., an experience for people of all ages. Right? It's not just for children. There are so many things that you can latch onto and capture as an adult that you will hold on to for the rest of your life.
And as far as the movies go, if you're not a fan of Disney movies, you just don't have a heart.
That's true. How do you not love Bambi?
Bambi. How do you not connect with movies like Finding Nemo?
Old Yeller. I went too far.
But even Old Yeller, there's a connection there.
You feel the feels.
You do. And that is something I will never understand. When you have that emotional experience watching a Disney movie, I don't understand how people cannot have that. Now, granted, it may be the movie itself, but you can't tell me you haven't shed a tear during at least one Disney movie.
Just one single tear.
Or LOL'd at least one Disney movie.
I think there's space for everything, right? There is enough room for us all to love what we need to love, or what we want to love, and obsess over what we want to obsess over. And if you don't enjoy Disney, that's great. That's totally fine. You don't have to. But I think people who do love Disney often come across people who are grumpy about it or who want to shame you about it a little bit. And you almost, this is kind of a stretch maybe, but it's almost like you have to like keep your Disney love in the closet.
I've had to do that.
Yeah. And as gay men, we've been in the closet far too long. And I don't want to like hide things like that. It seems silly to say, but it's kind of true.
No more closet time.
No.
I was in there way too long.
Open those doors up.
Yeah, so I think everybody should absolutely show their Disney pride.
That's right.
If you run into a Disney naysayer, you can try to make your case if you want to, or you can step away and say, you know what, I'm not going to let you yuck my yum.
We're Disney proud.
We are Disney proud.
That needs to be a t-shirt.
Hashtag Disney proud.
Hey, Patrick, let's talk about some Disney news and rumors.
Gay Days at Disneyland kicks off on October 5th and runs through October 7th.
Why, that's this weekend.
Get out there, folks.
Party!
For those of you who don't know, Gay Days is a weekend in the Disney parks where people in the LGBTQ and the Straight Alliance as well get together and celebrate their pride in the parks.
And this one is specifically for Disneyland, right?
Disneyland specifically. The Disney World one was in June.
And I think next year it's in August.
Is it really?
Yeah, they're moving it.
Oh, interesting. I
Yeah.
wonder why that is.
Give the gays the sweatiest month of all.
That's right. Though this is not officially a Disney-sponsored event, the Disneyland property hotels are offering special rates if you book through the Gay Days website, which is www.gaydaysanaheiminfo.com.
This sounds like a really, really cool event. I wish I could go. They have movie nights, and they have meetups and group meals and
sure do.
shows and dance parties and pool parties and cocktail parties. Party, party, party.
Party, party, party. I'm especially excited about the ice cream social that's happening.
Oh,
Yeah, that sounds like a fun time.
so I hear Saturday is Disneyland focused, right? So all of the attendees kind of hang out in Disneyland. And then Sunday, people will hang out in Disney California Adventure.
That's right.
So they kind of split the days between the two parks.
Exactly. And there's sort of, not a costume, but an official red shirt that everyone is wearing, so everyone knows that you are celebrating Gay Days at the Disney parks.
An official color.
I like it.
And I think there are shirts available on the website, again, which is gaydaysanaheiminfo.com. I'm not huge on red. I look so ruddy in red. I'm already quite red as it is.
It's a fiery, fiery color. I feel like if I wore all red, I would look like anger
Sure.
from inside out.
Sure, that'd be a good look on you.
Yeah, I'm a bit pale.
And I would just look like a tomato.
Oh,
Circular,
okay.
red,
Mm-hmm.
fruity.
Mm-hmm.
Because don't forget, tomatoes are a fruit.
And delicious.
Disney World is changing to date-based ticket pricing.
Interesting.
And kind of confusing.
It's a little confusing. I was reading about this and I got lost.
So beginning on October 16th, a new online platform is going to be launched that will allow guests to purchase tickets by date of visit. All of this will be done through an interactive online calendar that displays different prices based on the dates guests choose.
Okay, so you're going to be able to locate what day the ticket is going to be the cheapest or the most expensive.
Right, which I dig. I like that.
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
Right?
Unfortunately, it also displays the time period in which the tickets need to be used. So there's no more open-endedness to the ticket purchase.
Right. What you used to be able to do is if you purchased a multi-day ticket, you would have roughly a 14-day window to use the remainder of that ticket after you went to the park on the first day.
Right. And it's not like that anymore.
Right. It sounds like if you just do like a 2-day, multi-day ticket, your window is a lot smaller.
You still can purchase a ticket with a flexible start date, though.
True, but there's a cost to that, isn't there?
It's Disney, Patrick.
There's a cost to everything. I think there's a $50 add-on fee if you want to do the flexible rate ticket.
The platform will also offer park overviews, travel tips, and customized suggestions for your vacation, which is kind of cool.
That is a cool idea. One thing that's good, a win out of this, is that Magic Kingdom is no longer going to be a higher priced ticket if you just buy a one-day ticket. Usually it's a premium price for just the Magic Kingdom, but now it'll be the same rate for all the parks.
Disney Parks blog said introducing date-based tickets and pricing will allow us to better distribute attendance throughout the year so that we can continue to improve and deliver a great experience.
I was going to say, it feels like this is sort of a crowd control mechanism for them, so they know when to expect higher level crowds.
I certainly hope that's the case. I'm just curious how this is going to play out to the average Disney consumer or new Disney consumer, the newbies.
That's true.
How are they going to handle this? Are they going to now kind of have a leg up on all of us who have kind of know when the more quiet periods are?
Oh, that's a good point. I have to say, when I was looking at, they have sort of a online tutorial of this, a little video, and it looked a bit more confusing than it already is on the purchasing your tickets online experience.
I'm eager to get on the new platform and just try it out and test it out.
Yeah. Reservations are now available for Animal Kingdom's newest wildlife adventure, Up Close with Rhinos.
Ooh.
I am very excited about this. I think I'm going to try to book my Up Close with Rhinos experience in my April trip.
Sounds like you're going to get horny.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Now, Up Close with Rhinos is a 1-hour guided tour backstage at Animal Kingdom where you will get up close and personal with the white rhinos. Your guide is going to share insights to the rhinos' behaviors and biology and discuss the challenges that threaten the population in the world. So, sadly, every species of rhino are on the endangered species list. But zoos and parks like Disney's Animal Kingdom are dedicated to raising funds to help with the conservation efforts.
That's great. I know that that's a huge part of the mission of Animal Kingdom.
That's right. They are all about the conservation. You kind of see it throughout the park. A lot of the animals have been rescued or are on the endangered species list, and so they're just trying to rehabilitate those animals.
This experience sounds a little scary to me.
Why so?
Am I going to get gored if I do this? Is the rhino going to charge me? Are they going to be intimidated by my virile masculinity and charge me and gore me?
Well, most people are intimidated by your masculinity, Adam. I have to say.
Yes, they are.
Work. But something that Disney does great is keeping you safe, and they have a lot of respect for the animals and for the safety of their guests. So I think this is going to be a really magical experience.
I'm assuming it's free.
It is not free.
What?
However, I have to say, it's only $40 per person to get up close with rhinos.
That's a Disney deal.
I think that is one of the best deals I've ever seen, so I'm going to try real hard to get those tickets. This unique experience can be booked now, as I said, by calling 407-WDW-PLAY or 407-939-7529.
I am dialing right now. New and limited time experiences are coming to the Walt Disney World parks in 2019.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
I can tell by your voice.
Listen, not everything can be Flight of Passage, right?
I don't think anything can be Flight of Passage.
And what's great is that Disney is known for providing entertainment across the board. So there's giant spectacle events, and then there's great smaller events that they kind of sprinkle throughout the year to make everyone's vacation truly special.
Just a whisper of magic.
That's right, just a whisper of magic. I like that. So in the Magic Kingdom, we're going to kick it off with Mickey and Minnie's Surprise Celebration, which starts January 18th.
What's the surprise if they're telling us it's a surprise?
That's an excellent point.
Thank you.
What is the surprise? I'll tell you what one of the surprises is. Move it, shake it, mouska dance it.
That's a name.
What happened, Disney?
That's the most confusing name I've ever heard. Mouska dance it?
Mouska dance it.
Is this a new move? Is this like one of those moves where you like move your arms across your hips?
It used to be called Mouska grind it.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, but they were like, too much.
They were like, mouse, no.
Save it for 2020.
Mouse, please.
Yes, mouse, please. So Move It, Shake It, Mouska Dance It is going to replace Move It, Shake It, Dance and Play It. And it is a dance party in front of Cinderella Castle.
Okay.
With live singers singing new arrangements of classic Mickey Mouse Club songs.
Oh, I like the live singers part of it.
That is kind of a twist. Normally Disney has recorded tracks.
That's right.
Ooh, I just ruined the magic.
Nope, they all sing live all the time.
And of course, this street party will include Mickey and Minnie, and I'm sure some other great Disney characters. And you're just going to have a big dance party with these characters. You're going to mouska dance with Mickey and Minnie.
Now, here's my wish, is that Mickey and Minnie just throw the birthday cake Oreos at everybody from the floats.
Another new experience coming to the Magic Kingdom is the Dapper Dans and other entertainers on Main Street singing songs in honor of Mickey and Minnie.
Oh, that's fun. I love that idea.
They're bringing out some new tunes to honor the mouses. Mice? Meese?
Mises?
The Mises. Also, throughout the Magic Kingdom, there will be special Mickey and Minnie-themed merchandise and food throughout the year.
Ooh, I wonder what the food's going to be.
Now, merchandise at the Magic Kingdom, that's new.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to get used to that, everybody. Buying things at the Magic Kingdom.
What a concept.
Hey, Patrick, what's happening at the studios next year?
Pixar Place is getting an Incredibles makeover.
I love this.
I am excited about this. I love those movies so much. So originally built to look like the Pixar Animation Studios in Emeryville, California, the Pixar Place in Hollywood Studios will now be remade to look like a city block of Municiberg from the movies The Incredibles.
I love the look of The Incredibles, that kind of retro styling, that 1950s look of it.
Yeah, it's a nice mix of like sort of Art Deco and modern.
I hope they bring that to the look of the park.
I think that they will. They don't usually disappoint us when it comes to art direction for the Disney parks. So at the end of this city block is going to be a dance party in honor of Mr. and Mrs. Incredible and Frozone, and I'm assuming this is going to be sort of like the Incredibles dance party that's already in Magic Kingdom. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they're just sort of moving that to Hollywood Studios to make room for something else in the Magic Kingdom.
I love that. I can't wait to shake it with Mr. Incredible.
I heard he drops it like it's hot. There's going to be a meet and greet with Edna Mode, and she is, of course, the supersuit designer for The Incredibles.
I don't normally meet characters. There's a handful that I would like to meet.
Yeah.
Edna Mode is on that list.
She is one of the funniest characters that Disney has come up with in a long time.
She's definitely a gay icon.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And according to Disney Parks blogs, guests should be on the lookout for clues to the whereabouts of Jack Jack. Now, no more information has been said about what that actually means, but I'm hoping it's going to be sort of like that Agent P experience in Epcot, where it's sort of a interactive digital experience from your cell phone that you can manipulate hidden items throughout the park.
To me, that sounds like Mr. and Mrs. Incredible are negligent parents.
Oh, fair enough.
Where is Jack Jack? You help us find him. We're going to be over here dancing with Frozone.
Additionally, new in the Hollywood studios, a Monsters, Inc. meet and greet is coming to the Walt Disney Presents area where you can meet Mike and Sully. Have you met them before in the parks?
I haven't.
They are so cuddly and delightful, I can't even stand it. And a new show is coming to Hollywood studios.
What?
Yeah, Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy. Lightning McQueen will roll in and you'll learn about his experiences on the tracks. Again, that's all we kind of know about the show so far. I'm hoping it's going to be sort of like the Turtle Talk with Crush, where you get to ask Lightning some questions and he'll answer them and have some fun with the audience, sort of a live experience.
I think you're right. I think this does seem like it's going to be a Turtle Talk moment at the studios.
I'm hoping so. I think that's a really clever experience that adults and kids love. And then outside of this new show will be a meet and greet with Cruz Ramirez from Cars 3.
Now, I already have met Cruz Ramirez because she was at the studios when I was there in December of last year.
Oh, Adam, you dropped some names over there.
I know Cruz Ramirez. No big deal.
Besties.
At Epcot, we now know the Winter and Spring Festival schedule.
Ooh,
it's been announced.
Tell us.
The Epcot International Festival of the Arts will run January 18th through February 25th.
I cannot wait to experience this. I haven't done it before, but it looks like a really awesome time, especially for those of us who are in the arts, as you and I are.
And do you know what else I love about this festival?
What's that?
It's not food and wine crazy.
Fair enough. I think a lot of the festivals at Epcot are just miniature food and wine festivals leading up to the Food and Wine Festival.
Right, and Food and Wine Festival can get bonkers.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy on the food and the wine.
This one just seems more like a very quiet, gentle experience, and you snack your way around World Showcase, listen to some beautiful music, listen to some Broadway stars perform.
Sensible.
As a matter of fact, the Disney on Broadway concert series is expanding to 7 days a week during next year's festival.
That's a full week.
I know. It kind of makes me want to sneak down there for like a little longer weekend trip and check out this festival.
I'm in.
Also announced, the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival will be March 6th through June 3rd.
Have you ever done this before?
I haven't, and I have to say I'm always super jelly at looking at people's pictures because it looks gorgeous.
Yeah, it's as though you're walking through a painting.
I love that.
It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. You can smell the flowers as soon as you walk into Epcot.
Now, the International Flower and Garden Festival includes the Garden Rocks concert series, which, guess what, also expands to 7 days a week during the festival.
Now, that's also a full week.
That includes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Do I need to keep going?
I think you can't.
You're right.
Okay.
So because the Garden Rocks concert series is expanding, it will now include 270 concerts over the course of the 90-day event.
Talk to me about how that's possible.
There must be multiple concerts a day.
Concerts on concerts on concerts.
That's right. So now that we've talked about Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios and Epcot, that only leaves Animal Kingdom. Patrick, what's going on at Animal Kingdom next year?
Well, Adam, this new experience is going to make us feel a little bit old because Lion King is turning 25 years old.
We're so old.
It's happening. It's all happening. So starting January 18th through September 30th, Animal Kingdom is hosting a Hakuna Matata time dance party on Discovery Island. They love those dance parties.
They certainly do. Is it a Mouska dance party?
It isn't. It's a Lionska dance party, I guess.
A Meerkatska dance party?
Look at you. It's like you work for Disney.
That was a struggle to get that out of my mouth.
I can see that. So, like I said, it's going to be on Discovery Island, which is where the Tree of Life is. There's going to be photo opportunities with a lot of the characters. There's also going to be some 3D photo spots available for some PhotoPass photos.
I think I've seen those. Are those the ones that have like the frame around them and you kind of get into the picture and there's like a layered picture behind you?
So this, I think, is a little bit different. I think it's more of an actual, like, Pride Rock is there, and you can stand on Pride Rock. Something similar to that. Kind of like if you've ever been in the Art of Animation Resort. There's a lot of Lion King sculptures that are there.
Oh, sure.
I think that's what it's going to be. They haven't released a ton of info, but again, I'm just assuming it'll be that way.
Man, I'd love to stand on Pride Rock. Just wearing like a rainbow caftan.
Disney proud on Pride Rock. We are in the middle of Hispanic Heritage Month, which runs from September 15th through October 15th. And Disney has lots of offerings to help you celebrate and learn about Hispanic culture.
I would love to learn about Hispanic culture.
Well, let me tell you. Through November 4th, you can catch Miguel from Disney's Coco in a musical celebration of Coco at California Adventure as part of their seasonal celebration, Plaza de la Familia.
I love Coco.
It's such a great movie.
Talk about a tearjerker.
Oh, my gosh.
And you know what I really love about that movie?
What's that?
The colors.
Mm-hmm.
The marigolds and the purples.
Mm-hmm. It really stayed true to Hispanic art and their heritage. That movie is so beautiful.
Oh, I love it.
Also at Disneyland, Frontierland hosts a tribute to Dia de los Muertos through November 2nd. I believe Dia de los Muertos is on November 1st. So there will be a lot of music, some face painting, and beautiful traditional flowers. Those colors that you were talking about are going to be throughout the area to celebrate the occasion. And the restaurant, Rancho del Zocalo Restaurante, sorry if I butchered that, will offer traditional Mexican food and treats.
That sounds delightful.
To learn more about how you can celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month in the parks, I recommend checking out the Disney Parks blog and searching hashtag Disney Familia. There's lots of great information there. There's also a video series they started this year honoring and recognizing the Hispanic culture of Disney guests and cast members. As I said, you can find those videos on the Disney Parks blogs at disneyparks.disney.go.com. They're also on the YouTube channel if you search hashtag Disney Familia.
The 2018 Epcot International Festival of the Holidays Candlelight Processional Narrators have been announced.
Ooh.
All I'm doing today is talking about Epcot festivals.
Festivals on festivals.
That's right. The International Festival of the Holidays runs November 22nd through December 30th, and of course includes the ever-popular Candlelight Processional.
Now, you've been to the Candlelight Processional. I have not. Tell us what that includes.
I have been to it. It includes celebrity narrators who read the biblical Christmas story.
Okay.
And they are backed by a 50-piece orchestra and a massed choir.
Wow.
It is a beautiful production.
Mm-hmm.
It is heavily religious.
Okay.
I'm not heavily religious.
Fair. That's fine.
But it sure was beautiful to sit there and listen to incredible music performed by amazing musicians.
Yeah, it's hard for me not to cry when I hear the Christmas story. I love it so much.
And when I was there, I was lucky enough to see one of the most popular narrators, Jodie Benson.
Oh, Little Mermaid.
Yes, she was the voice of Ariel, and it was kind of odd to be sitting in the audience listening to Ariel tell me the Christmas story.
I love that.
Returning favorites, as I said, are Jodie Benson, Neil Patrick Harris.
Well, who doesn't love him?
He's so popular.
Yeah.
And Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, Whoopi.
They've also announced 4 new narrators for this year.
Okay.
And they are Helen Hunt.
Oh, I love her from Twister.
That's right. Alfonso Ribeiro.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
That's right. I'm hoping he pulls out the Carlton dance like during Joy to the World or
If
something.
he doesn't do that, it's a missed opportunity.
Bart Millard, who I have to admit I did not know who he was, but I did some research.
Oh, yeah. He's a country western singer?
That's right. He's a singer-songwriter and a member of the band Mercy Me.
Okay.
And the last new narrator is Auli'i Carvalho.
Moana
is going to be one of the narrators. And of course, she is Moana, as you said, and she has a beautiful voice. So I imagine she'll be singing right along with that choir. So as many of you probably already know, there are dinner packages that you can tie to the Candlelight Processional experience.
Oh, okay.
Those have not been announced yet, as far as I'm aware.
Of locations, you mean?
Not necessarily locations, but just when the reservations will become available.
Okay. Now, is it just dinner, or are there lunch and breakfast options, too?
There are lunch options. Okay. I don't believe there are breakfast options.
Gotcha.
But most of the restaurants around World Showcase Lagoon are part of the dining package. So you can get lunch or dinner at one of the restaurants and then have your ticket tied to that reservation. There is, of course, a charge for that experience.
Okay, so the Candlelight Processional itself is a free experience, but when you do that meal, dinner, or lunch package, it just means you get better seating, correct?
You totally clarified what I was trying to explain. Yes, that's perfect.
Fantastic. Starting on December 2nd, Early Morning Magic at the Magic Kingdom is expanding the number of attractions you can experience. So, currently, the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, and Peter Pan's Flight are available to ride, in addition to breakfast at Pinocchio Village House for $59 for a child and $69 for an adult. Starting December 2nd, they're going to be adding Princess Fairy Tale Hall, It's a Small World, Mad Tea Party, and Under the Sea, Journey of the Little Mermaid.
Mad Tea Party, huh?
Twists and turns.
So maybe the food after the rides?
I'm going to go before and just chance it.
Wow, brave.
Yep, I am brave. I'm like Merida. Breakfast, however, is going to be moved to Comic Ray's Starlight Cafe, and the new price is going to be $69 for a child and $79 for an adult, plus, of course, regular park admission.
So before they added on these additional rides, I would have said, oh, yeah, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. You're going to ride Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and then have some breakfast. Because Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is a hot ticket.
Yeah, it's usually like 70, 80 minutes to get on that ride.
But now that they've expanded this experience, it's much more attractive to me.
I think so. I think even adding that additional $10 per ticket makes it worth it.
Yeah, I'm curious what they're going to serve at Cosmic Rays for breakfast.
Hamburgers, I think.
That makes sense.
A breakfast hamburger.
Hey, Patrick.
Yas, Adam.
Let's take a little trip to the rumor mill.
Rumor has it.
I knew you were going to sing that. You and Adele.
We're kindred spirits.
Rumor number 1.
Uh-oh.
A new pavilion is coming to Epcot's World Showcase.
Shut your perfect face.
Rumor is that it's India.
Ooh.
Patrick,
Yes?
my heart can't take any more new pavilions at World Showcase rumors. Weren't we supposed to have Brazil by now?
I've heard Brazil. I've heard Ireland. I've heard Greece.
Australia. Apparently, the India Pavilion is going to have a massive Jungle Book attraction.
I was just going to say this feels like a good tie-in for Jungle Book.
It would be tied to the new film directed by Jon Favreau.
The live-action film.
The live-action film.
Okay.
And it would be similar to the Shanghai Disneyland Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
Oh, wow. That seems like a big undertaking then.
That ride looks incredible. Have you watched any of the YouTube ride-throughs of the Shanghai Disneyland Pirates?
I've seen a few. I do love a YouTube ride experience.
It's incredibly immersive. There are screens all around you. Your boat twists and turns. You go through an actual pirate battle. So it'd be interesting to see what the plan would be for this India Pavilion with that kind of technology.
Yeah, it sounds incredible. Shanghai with their rides came correct, so I would love to see some of those experiences bleed into Epcot.
Rumor number 2.
I love a good 2.
Mary Poppins Spinner Ride is coming to the UK in Epcot's World Showcase.
Spinner ride. Explain that.
I think like a Dumbo ride.
Oh, okay. I was thinking the teacups, but okay, Dumbo it is.
Oh, maybe it is like the teacups.
Who can say?
Either way, you're going to barf.
Yeah.
Rumor number 3.
Rafiki's
Planet Watch at Disney's Animal Kingdom is closing October 20th.
It's a roller coaster ride, this Rafiki's Planet Watch. It's closing, it's opening, it's closing part-time. What's going on?
I'm so confused because just today, just prior to recording this episode, I read that it's now going to reopen spring 2019.
What's happening?
We heard, first of all, that it was going to move to a seasonal schedule.
Yeah.
And then we heard that it was closing October 20th. And now today, we hear that it will reopen spring 2019. I'm going to tell you what we need to do.
What's that?
We need to take Rafiki's Planet Watch,
Yeah.
move it over to World Showcase, make it a pavilion.
Ooh, you know what? That's not a bad idea, actually. They have that African outpost right now that needs to be a full-on pavilion.
But I want the animals roaming free. Some goats roaming around the lagoon.
Are there a lot of goats in Africa?
Well, there's a lot of goats at Rafiki's Planet Watch because apparently they're very pettable animals for children.
That's a true statement. I see what you're saying now.
Don't goats eat trash? Here's what I say.
Yeah.
Let's let the goats roam free around Food and Wine.
Ooh, I like this idea.
Just wander up to people. People can feed them their paper cups and their cardboard plate bowls.
Now, officially, Disney, we do not recommend feeding trash to goats.
I do.
Hey, Adam.
Hey, Patrick.
If someone is listening to this episode on October 1st, they can celebrate the opening of the Magic Kingdom.
It's the Magic Kingdom's birthday.
Walt Disney World in general, I suppose.
You're right.
In 1971, October 1st.
Walt Disney World opened.
So have a Mickey birthday Oreo in honor of today.
Have 1, have 10.
Yeah, we've had 11 so far.
And then immediately see your dentist because they are sugary.
Sugary goodness.
Speaking of Magic Kingdom,
Yes?
we are going to be kicking off a new segment that we are calling Walk in the Park.
You take a walk in the park.
Hey, you take a walk in the park.
I'll walk in the park with you.
And our focus of this Walk in the Park is Main Street, USA in the Magic Kingdom.
I love it. Now, Main Street, USA is the first area you encounter when you enter the Magic Kingdom.
That's right. It's your gateway to the rest of the park.
I love that. It's inspired by early 20th century Marceline, Missouri, which is Walt Disney's hometown.
That's right. He lived there from 1906 to 1911. And it's also inspired by Fort Collins, Colorado.
Oh.
Which is where Harper Goff grew up, and he was one of the designers of the park.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So they kind of got together and said, what's your kind of ideal version of small town America? And Harper said, I think it should be like Fort Collins. And Disney said, I think it should be like Marceline. And then they fought.
Just night and day they fought.
Scratched each other's eyes out.
Uh-oh.
But we ended up with Main Street, USA. And that is a fact, people.
It's all worth it.
I really love Main Street. I love that feeling when you first walk in. You do feel like you're transported to a gentler time. I love hearing the ragtime music that's playing.
It's the best.
And I always tear up a little bit.
Oh, same here. Although I did not grow up in the early 20th century.
You sure look like you did. Oh!
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It feels like home as soon as you walk into it, right? It feels like a big hug overwhelming you.
It does. And you immediately feel very welcome. And you immediately smell some incredible smells.
It smells like chocolate chip cookies and ice cream and hot dogs. It's amazing.
I love that. It's all very comforting. I'm a food guy. I associate food with love. My therapist said I needed to bring that up on the podcast.
Oh, dear. This is a new segment we're calling Let's Save Adam.
No, but that cookie smell is very comforting.
Yeah. So let's take a journey around Main Street, USA, shall we?
Let's.
The first thing you see when you come to the Magic Kingdom, right up to where you scan your magic band and it makes that lovely little chime sound, is the railway station, the Walt Disney World Railway, to be specific. It's a train ride that goes around the Magic Kingdom with stops in Frontierland, Fantasyland, and, of course, Main Street, USA. Actually, I have a little fun fact about the railway.
Do tell.
So there are a total of 4 trains that can run at any given time depending on the crowd levels, and all 4 trains are restored trains originally built between 1916 and 1928. They are named the Walt E. Disney, named after Walt Disney, Lily Bell, Walt's wife, Roy O. Disney, Walt's brother, and Roger E. Broggie, who was an original Imagineer who led the railway project.
I find it interesting that we don't have trains named after us yet.
Not yet. It's coming.
Do you know, I have a fun fact about the train station.
Please tell me.
Did you know that there is a telegraph in the Main Street train station that actually taps out Walt's Disneyland opening day speech in Morse code?
No way. I love that. That's really cool.
It is really cool.
It must be a really long telegraph. You're just hearing taps all day long.
It's like a Shirley Temple movie.
That sounds like heaven. So once you go under the railway station and you enter the park fully, the first thing you see to your left will be City Hall, which is basically Disney's guest relations, their information booth. There's Lost and Found, and it's also a package pickup station. If you buy merchandise throughout the park that you don't want to lug around, you can just send it up to City Hall and you can pick it up on your way out.
You know, I've been to City Hall once.
Uh-oh.
I went on Space Mountain and I lost my digital camera.
I lost my lunch. Did you get your camera back? I didn't get my lunch back, but did you get your camera back?
I don't think you'd want your lunch back.
No.
And I did not get my camera back.
Oh, no.
Every time I go to the Magic Kingdom, I like to think that it's still at the base of Space Mountain, just broken in pieces.
And calling out your name. So if you venture past City Hall, there is a building that has the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom inside of it.
That's the firehouse, right?
It is the firehouse. But when you go inside, you can pick up your Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom play cards, and then you can play this game throughout the park.
Have you done that?
I have. It's really fun, actually.
I haven't done it.
Oh, you should. I recommend it. It's this game where you get this pack of cards with different Disney characters on it, and there are locations throughout the park where the goal is to beat Maleficent or any of the Disney villains from overtaking the Magic Kingdom. So you go to, let's say, a shop window, and there's a little keyhole where you hold your card up to, and it brings up the screen that magically appears, and you fight the evil Disney characters and try to save the Magic Kingdom.
Let's say I want to help Maleficent,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to be a baddie.
Yeah.
Is that allowed?
It is allowed, but not in this game.
Sure.
Yeah, it's more of a choose-your-own-adventure game with yourself. So if you're going past the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom or the Firehouse, you're going to run into the Harmony Barber Shop.
Now listen, this place is where it's at because it is an actual working barbershop.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually get a haircut.
Mm-hmm.
It is $19 for adults.
Okay.
It is $15 for children ages 10 and under.
I'm not going to lie, that's actually not a terrible deal.
It's not a terrible deal, but is it a good haircut?
Who can say?
You can also get a beard and a mustache trim, and those are $10.
That's fun.
You can get your legs waxed. That's $5.
Wait, are you serious?
You can get a bikini wax. No, I'm not serious. This is the Magic Kingdom. How dare you, Patrick?
You had me going there.
For $5, you can change your hair color.
Oh.
And for a day, it'll be brightly colored with hair gel.
Now, I heard a fun thing to do is to take your baby to this barbershop and have their very first haircut done there.
That's right. There's a whole first haircuts package.
Mm-hmm.
That's $18. And at the end of the haircut, your child gets complimentary Mickey ears with first haircut stitched on the back and a certificate.
That's the cutest thing I've ever heard.
It is. And to have the first haircuts package, you do need to make a reservation. It's 407 WDW Dine. Dine, I guess, for haircuts.
That sounds delicious.
Or, here's a hot tip for you.
Yeah.
Go first thing in the morning when it opens, or go during an afternoon parade, if there is one. Mouska-dance-it. You're good. You're still good. Go during Mouska-dance-it, and you may be able to sneak in without a reservation.
Moving past the barbershop, you'll come to the Emporium, which is sort of their keystone gift shop at the Magic Kingdom.
This place is ginormous.
It's a little overwhelming and then magical.
It's cute because when you're outside of it, you're like, look at this old-timey store.
Mm-hmm.
And then you walk into it and you're like, this is actually 5 buildings stitched together to make a giant gift shop.
Floor to ceiling, plush dolls, clothes, jewelry, makeup, candy, anything you can think of.
Patrick, it's 17,000 square feet.
That's my house plus one city.
What I really love about the Emporium are the cute window displays outside.
Yeah.
I'm not really a merch guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more of a memories guy.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag memories, not merch.
Slap it on a t-shirt.
That's right. But I do love the window displays. They have some incredible references to classic Disney films.
Mm-hmm.
Really adorable. And they're often themed around what time of year it is.
That's true. During the holidays, they have do you remember the old Mickey's Christmas Carol cartoon?
I love Mickey's Christmas Carol.
They have a full-on window display of the whole movie.
Goofy is Jacob Marley.
I love it.
Gosh.
So before we go down the full main street, let's go to the other side of the entrance.
Let's
right?
do that.
Okay, so if you're walking underneath the train station and you go to the right instead of the left, you're going to run into the Town Square Theater where you can meet Mickey Mouse or Tinkerbell.
We've met Mickey here.
I love meeting Mickey. It's one of my favorite things to do in the park.
He did a magic trick and he talked to us. I don't think he talks anymore, but he talked to us during that experience.
He did. He was speaking then, but I think Mickey Mouse prefers to remain silent at every encounter now.
He's on vocal rest.
He is. He has a lot of shows to do, and so he's just keeping it chill now.
A lot of chamomile tea and
Mm-hmm.
honey.
That's right.
Ricola.
Mm-hmm.
I've never met Tinkerbell. Have you met Tinkerbell?
I have met Tinkerbell. In fact, Tinkerbell is one of my mother's favorite characters. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Pat.
So the first time I went to the Magic Kingdom, I went with my family, and watching my mom meet Tinkerbell was one of the most amazing experiences I'll ever have.
That's super cute.
Also inside Town Square Theater, there's a photo pass area where you can order and print photos from your park experience.
I know a lot of people love those park photos, and that's a great place to pick up some prints.
Moving on from Town Square Theater, you'll run into Tony's Town Square Restaurant. Now, this is an Italian restaurant semi-themed after Disney's Lady and the Tramp.
Have you eaten here?
I haven't eaten there, but it is the cutest. I have been inside of it, and it's darling.
I ate there many, many years ago
You
with
did.
my family and my grandpa, and I have no recollection of it, aside from sitting outside in the giant rockers while we waited for our table.
Oh, I love that. I have a fun fact about the restaurant.
Do tell.
If you go just outside, right before you walk in the restaurant, on the pavement there's a little heart in the cement with 2 dog paw prints after Lady and the Tramp.
I did that. I created that.
Those are your paw prints?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that about you. I haven't seen you without shoes, I guess. One of my favorite shops in the Magic Kingdom is just past Tony's Town Square Theater, which is the Chapeau, which is, in my opinion, the best hat shop in the parks.
It's a hattery.
It is a hattery, a mad hattery, if you will.
I love this shop, and it's not for hats. Do you know why I love this shop, Patrick?
Why is that?
Because in this shop is a phone.
You're right.
An old-fashioned hand-crank telephone. And if you pick up that phone, you're going to hear a party line conversation like nothing you've heard before.
Disney magic. Now, in this hat shop, you can get your Mickey ears embroidered, which is really cool. They have a couple of different fonts, and you can choose different colors, and you can have anything you want on there. Your name, a fun phrase. What would you put on your embroidered hat?
I'd put hot and nasty, just right on the back of my Mickey ears.
Aggressive.
And it's not so much commentary on me as an August day in Orlando.
That's a fact. Now, once you leave the Chapeau, your nose is going to pull you right into the Main Street Confectionery.
Oh, man.
I've lost no pounds there.
I was going to say, I've only gained weight at the confectionery.
It is the best bakery and sweet shop you will ever encounter in your life. And that sounds like hyperbole. It's not.
Patrick, I have 4 words for you.
Tell me.
Peanut butter, chocolate, fudge.
I know you love that so much.
Listen, this was not on my Fab 5 sweets list
It's true.
because I have consumed so much peanut butter, chocolate, fudge during my visits that I can no longer ingest it on a regular basis.
You liked it so much you hate it now.
I am disgusted by it.
It is delicious.
It is so good, and if you have never ordered fudge from the confectionery, the size of the piece they give you at first looks quite manageable.
Sure.
You're like, I can tackle this.
Yeah.
About 3 bites in, you are donezo. It is so intense and so delicious and so sweet and fudgy and chocolatey and peanut buttery. And they also have a ton of other flavors.
Adam, we've only got so much time on this podcast.
You're right. But I just do want to mention the peppermint flavor during the holidays. Check that out. Oh, and I do believe right now they have the pumpkin fudge, which is also incredible.
Pumpkin, pumpkin, pumpkin. Now, one of my favorite things to do in the confectionery is watch them make the treats. They dip the candied apples, and it's just like watching an artist work.
And your second favorite thing to do is watch me cry after I've consumed so much fudge that I just hate myself.
I know. I have to call your emergency contact after that. So once you leave the confectionery, you're going to turn the corner down Main Street, and you'll be punched in the face with Cinderella's castle. It is, for me, one of the most emotional experiences I've ever had in the Disney parks.
It looks massive.
It does. It looks like it's just reaching 1,000 feet into the sky.
And there's a reason for that.
Tell me.
Main Street is fake. It's a lie.
Stop it.
It's a bunch of lies.
Oh, no.
The buildings are not as tall as they appear
Why is that?
because it's forced perspective.
Now tell us what that means.
Well, all the first stories of the buildings are regular size. But as you go up to the second and third stories, the buildings become increasingly smaller and therefore look like they're taller.
Okay. So they're my-sized as you go up.
Hobbit-sized.
Uh-oh. Go back to the Shire.
But because of this, and because of the fact that Main Street actually narrows a bit as you're looking toward the castle seems much taller than it actually is.
That's true. And another thing they do, I think, to help with that forced perspective is when you're walking down Main Street itself, you're actually walking a little bit uphill. You don't realize it because you don't see it, but it is, in fact, a little bit raked, if you will.
You will be out of breath, but your calves will never look as good as when you're walking down Main Street towards the castle.
Something Disney does better than anyone else, I think, is adding detail wherever you look. They add little Easter eggs everywhere. I'm often told to look up wherever I go. You'll see a lot of detail that you would miss otherwise. In fact, most of the names on all the shop windows on Main Street refer to past and present cast members who worked on the parks.
That's right. In fact, above the confectionery is the Buena Vista Magic Lantern Slides advertisement in one of the windows, and that references Yale Gracie, Bud Martin, Ken O'Brien, and Walthall Rogers. And all of those people were instrumental in bringing a lot of the special effects to one of the most beloved rides in Walt Disney World, the Haunted Mansion.
Gracie, that name sounds familiar.
Master Gracie.
Oh.
He also has a tombstone outside of the Haunted Mansion.
Wow, it all ties together.
And located above the Main Street Bakery, now Starbucks, is iWorks stereoscopic cameras, and that references UB iWorks and Don iWorks. UB was Walt Disney's original business partner and the co-creator of one Mickey Mouse.
Never heard of him.
Right. And Don, UB's son, worked on Disney films for more than 35 years. So those are just some of the windows you'll see walking down Main Street, and all of these people had a profound impact on the company.
A little fun fact about Main Street is, if you'll notice, most of the gift shops are on your left-hand side as you walk toward the castle, and most of the food places are on your right-hand side.
Now, why is that?
Walt Disney himself thought that most people going into the parks were going to want a treat as they walk into the park, and so he put a lot of the bakeries and all the food places on the right-hand side. So
if I can interrupt in this moment.
Please do.
I just want to talk about peanut butter chocolate fudge. I don't know if anybody's heard of it or knows about it, but I recommend it.
We may have talked about that before.
Right. Continue.
Thank you so much. So, like I said, he decided that we should put all of those food items on the right-hand side because generally people walk on the right-hand side when they're going towards something. So you're walking to the park and you want a snack, you go to the right-hand side. When you're leaving the park, he thought, let's make all of the right-hand side as you're leaving gift shops. You want to get a little souvenir on your way out, it's going to be on your right-hand side as you leave.
That Walt Disney, kind of a smart guy.
Smart cookie.
And also, as you're leaving the park, you'll notice that Main Street widens so that it makes an easier exit for the people who have had a very long, busy day in the theme park.
I widen as I'm going into the park because I'm eating those treats.
Now, see, I'm widening every moment I'm in the park.
About halfway down Main Street, you're going to run into the Main Street Cinema.
Movies.
Now, this used to be an actual working cinema where you could watch old Disney cartoons like Steamboat Willie, for instance. And it is now a gift shop. It is actually, I think, if I'm correct, it's like a little art store inside, kind of like the art of Disney, but miniaturized.
That's right. I do remember seeing animation cells that you could purchase in that store.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of seasonal finds that you can get there that are one-of-a-kind, unique art for your walls.
Things I cannot afford.
As we go down further Main Street, we run into one of my favorite staples in all of Walt Disney World, which is Casey's Corner.
I love Casey's Corner.
You can smell it a mile away, it feels like.
Do you know what Casey's Corner is to me?
What's that?
It's like childhood Adam's food fantasies come to life.
That's right. All the hot dogs in the world.
And what can you put on those hot dogs? Cheetos? Sure. Throw some Cheetos on that hot dog.
Why not?
Some macaroni and cheese? All right.
All of this is true, actually. You can actually get hot dogs with macaroni and cheese at Casey's Corner.
And those mini corn dogs?
They are my favorite thing to get. If I'm hungry for something and I don't know what it is, it's a Casey's Corner miniature corn dog.
Oftentimes, Magic Kingdom will be the first park that I go to after a morning of traveling. Mm-hmm. And I will beeline to Casey's and chomp on some mini corn dogs.
Chomp down on those. Now, Casey's Corner is a nod to the 1888 Ernest Thayer poem, Casey at the Bat. In fact, if you look at the sign right outside the building, there's a big C outside for Casey's Corner, and 1888 is written on the left-hand side of it.
And aren't the cast members who work there, aren't their outfits kind of a nod to baseball with pinstripes and baseball caps?
That's right. They look like they're right from that movie, A League of Their Own.
And aside from hot dogs, Casey's is also known for its entertainment, and in particular, a piano player named Jim. Do you know about Jim?
I do. I've seen him play a number of times.
Jim is delightful. He's been there for 35 years.
Is that right?
Yes.
Wow.
Playing ragtime piano outside of Casey's.
That's right. He's playing like ragtime versions of Disney classics.
That's right. And I love how he interacts with guests. Mm-hmm. He'll often have guests be a part of the act. He'll have them play a certain key during one moment of the song, and children will often dance to the music. It's really cute.
That's right. He's a perfect example of that extra Disney magic.
He definitely is.
So one of my favorite restaurants is just past Casey's Corner. I think if you go to the left, you'll run into the Crystal Palace.
I've never been.
I have, and it's one of my favorite character dining experiences. If you are a Winnie the Pooh fan, this is a place to go.
I am a huge Winnie the Pooh fan.
There's Pooh all over this place.
Oh, that sounds like a health code violation.
No. Winnie the Pooh, of course.
Oh, of course.
So the Crystal Palace is a buffet-style restaurant. So when I go there, I put on my Eton pants,
Sure.
and I go to town. And then you can meet all of the Winnie the Pooh characters. So there's Winnie the Pooh, Eeyore, Tigger, Piglet, and they're all having sort of a friendship celebration inside the restaurant. There's a little parade that they do with all the kids. It's delightful.
That sounds super cute. How's the food?
The food is buffet food.
Sure. That says a lot. You just
Yeah.
explained it all.
Yeah, so there's the staples. There's the macaroni and cheese and the salad, and it's all fine, but you're really going there for the ambiance and the experience of meeting all those characters.
They do breakfast there too, right?
They do breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I think.
That seems like an ideal breakfast. Start off your morning in the Magic Kingdom, hang out with Winnie the Pooh, and then go on some rides.
Yeah, have some cereal and some Pooh.
So obviously that's not all of Main Street. We just did some highlights of Main Street.
That's true. There's a lot of stores and shops to go through, but we just did, like you said, the highlights, the staples that you're going to see as you walk down Main Street.
But we have to mention some of the things that make Main Street so special.
Yeah.
Like the entertainment.
Oh my gosh, there's so much entertainment there.
There's so much going on at any given time during the day.
They really make it feel sort of like a bustling city while you're walking down Main Street, don't they?
Speaking of the city, they do have citizens of Main Street who are costumed actors who are walking around interacting with Disney World guests.
That's right. One of my favorite citizens to meet is the mayor of Main Street, U.S.A. He is a delight. If you meet him, shake his hand, say hello. Sometimes he'll give you a sticker that's specific to Main Street.
Is he single?
Who can say? Ask him.
I will next time I see him.
Okay.
That'll give his early 20th century head quite a spin. How's he going to react to that? He'll be like, "You're one of those fancy lads, aren't you?" And I'll be like, "Yes, sir, I am. Where's my sticker?"
You're a dapper Adam.
That's right. Speaking of dapper, the Dapper Dans are known to wander around Main Street.
The Dapper Dans are an iconic fixture within the Magic Kingdom, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. They are a barbershop quartet. Incredibly talented, incredible harmonies.
Oh, yeah.
And they also do more than just sing. They tap dance. They play some weird bell things. Have you seen those?
Yeah, the little chimes.
Chimes. They're chimes, yeah.
They're amazing. And sometimes they just add a little extra magic to your day. They've been known to follow people around and sing while they're walking down Main Street and just sing behind them. I've seen them jump on one of the trolleys that go down Main Street. You can ride them up and down Main Street. I've seen them jump on those and sing as it's going down Main Street.
Patrick, that was quite a segue because we also need to talk about the vehicles of Main Street. There are so many vehicles that run up and down Main Street.
There's a lot, and every time I go to Main Street, USA, I see different cars going up and down the roads.
There's a jitney, which is an early 20th century open-air automobile. You can catch a ride on that up to the castle if you want.
Now, is that the double-decker bus,
That's not. The double-decker bus is the omnibus.
Oh, got it.
And that also takes guests to and from the castle.
Okay.
There's also a fire engine, and riders are allowed to ring the bell. Very important to mention.
That's super fun.
And last but not least, there is a horse-drawn cart.
Do you know what horses eat, Adam?
I don't.
Hey.
Hey.
One of the vehicles that you can't ride because it's part of the entertainment is the Main Street Trolley Show.
Oh, I ride it.
You ride those notes?
That's right.
Ride the harmonies?
I love the Main Street Trolley Show.
It's delightful, isn't it? Those kids are talented as the day is long.
They are very, very talented and very energetic.
They are. They're right out of the 1920s, aren't they? They're just like, hey, let's put on a skit.
Do you know what I like to do?
What's that?
This is going to shock you.
Uh-oh.
I like to get a piece of fudge.
Okay.
And just stand there and eat the fudge and watch them because you know they're not allowed to eat fudge and fit into those costumes.
That's true. They're dancing and singing and glaring you down as you just chomp that fudge.
And I just glare right back because that's what Main Street USA is all about. Glares.
Now, that show is seasonal, right? So every time you go there, it could be a different show.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so there's a winter show, then there's an autumn harvest show, and a spring and a summer show.
You know, I think I've only ever seen the autumn harvest show.
Oh, I recommend going at every season of the year.
But they do sing, "Walk right down middle of Main Street, USA." Don't they? Like that's got to be in every show.
Yeah, and it sounds just like that.
You gotta walk.
Hey guys,
the middle of Main Street,
come take a walk.
Hey,
Fudge.
You know, I think it's really easy to completely bypass Main Street and just rush into your day.
You're right. Everyone's excited to get to the park and ride Peter Pan's flight, right? And they just walk right past all those beautiful details that are there for you.
I'm certainly very guilty of that, so I think the next time I'm in Magic Kingdom, I'm going to take a breath, take a moment before my busy day begins, and really appreciate everything that Main Street has to offer.
Right. There's a lot of, you might say, atmosphere.
Patrick.
What?
It's time for some quick D.
Hit me with your best D.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Is that Pat Benatar?
No, it's me.
Oh, sure. For first-time listeners out there, Quick D is a segment where Patrick and I ask each other a question, and we have no idea what that question's going to be.
None whatsoever.
I mean, Patrick knows what he's going to ask me, and I know what I'm going to ask Patrick, but neither of us knows what each other's going to ask each other, and oh my gosh, my brain just melted.
Fudge.
So, Patrick, my quick D for you is, if you had an advertisement in one of the windows above Main Street, what service would you be advertising?
I'm so glad you asked, Adam. If I had to choose but one of the many services I provide,
yes,
I've got a binder full of service-I
Oh.
in which to give.
Is that the plural?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It would be how to stay the wettest in the Magic Kingdom.
Oh, my.
Here's what I'm talking about. I'm going to take you on a wet tour of the Magic Kingdom.
I was a little scared, but now I see where you're going.
Never be scared. Only be wet. That's our slogan.
Sure.
We would make a stop at the magic carpet ride where the camel spits on you.
Yeah, you kind of like that when the camel just spits on you, don't you?
I love a good spit take. We're going to go on Splash Mountain.
Yes.
That's how we say it.
Some of your pronunciations are interesting.
No, well, I'm being professional.
Sure.
I'm providing a service,
Absolutely.
Adam. So we're going on Splash Mountain for that wet climax at the end that we talked about in a previous episode.
Yes.
And we're going to make a quick stop at Dumbo, the flying elephant.
Oh.
With the fountains that shoot
That's
up
right.
from
That's
the bottom.
Right. Just a quick splash to your undercarriage.
Yep, it's gonna give you a quick squirt on the bottom.
Patrick's Wet and Wild Water Tours.
Adam, if I may, I've got a quick D for you.
You may.
Adam, if you could live in one land in the Magic Kingdom, which land would you choose?
I'm going to go with Frontierland.
Oh, why?
Chaps.
Yeah.
I like a nice pair of chaps.
Fair enough.
Not necessarily on me, but on a rugged cowpoke. Some chaps.
Yeah. You like those bears, too. Those country bears.
I do. I like a not-so-bright bear. You know, just kind of like doesn't really ask any questions, is down to clown in some chaps while eating peanut butter chocolate fudge.
I hear you like a good hoedown.
I love a good hoedown.
And then I stand up, and there's a square dance.
Wait a minute. Wait a second. That will do it for this episode of Gaze Do the D. Thanks for listening. Ratings and reviews are greatly appreciated and help people find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, Spotify, and Stitcher. Continue the conversation after the episode on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at GDTD Podcast and on our website at gazedothed.com. Submit your questions or show ideas to info@gazedothed.com. Don't forget to enter our giveaway to win a 25th anniversary set of the Nightmare Before Christmas figurines by leaving us a comment or review on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Have a great week, everybody. See you real soon.